I usually do the computer.
All right, we're good to go.
Yeah, we switched things up a little bit, and we're here, we're doing it. All right, recording, and then so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen, and we're gonna get started. All right, so thank you everyone again for joining us for TikTok 101. My name is Angela Kiesenbing, and I am the CEO and event strategist for Angela Grace Events, and I believe every day is a reason to celebrate. So I'm excited, I'm celebrating today. I help entrepreneurs build their communities and grow their business through events. Of course, live in-person events, and now very much virtual events. So I'm excited about that. Katie and I have been friends for a few years now. We did a couple programs together, and earlier this year we met and we were talking about how we were going to collaborate and what we can do, what new things are happening. We both found that we were enjoying TikTok so much, and we were like, we've got to do something, especially now that we are kind of all in quarantine. And so we're doing it. And we realized that there were so many other people who were interested and excited about learning about it. I, for one, just loved doing the dances at first with my kids. And then the more I did it, the more I just kind of got sucked in. But we are not experts by any means, but we are users and we are learning this together with you. And we're just sharing everything that we've learned, all the resources that we've gathered over the last, couple months. And we hope that you will enjoy this. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Katie and have her introduce herself and kick off with getting to know what TikTok is all about.
Woohoo! All right.
Forgot to advance my own slide. That's me, guys.
And hi, I'm Katie. For those of you who I haven't met, I'm the owner and CEO of Katie Malone Marketing for the past, about 10 years or so. I've been working in the digital marketing field, mainly focused on social media and digital PR. I kind of have a little bit of background in all kinds of things, but yeah, like Angela said, we met for a coffee date, and we were talking about TikTok. And it's one of those things where if you're a little bit older and a mom, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm on TikTok. But we realized we have a lot of fun with it, and since everybody's been in quarantine, it's really blown up. So it's relevant right now. We're really glad that you guys hopped on to check this out with us. And I'd say I'm also a leader for the Mob Alliance, the Mob Nation, which is a group of mom-owned businesses. I see some mobs on here. One of my passions is really helping moms balance motherhood and thriving in business. And this is kind of somewhere where you can really have fun with mom life on a platform, and it doesn't have to be pretty and polished. So let's get into it because it's Friday and I know you guys got things to do. All right, so TikTok, let's start with the basics. Next slide. So as you know, TikTok is a social media platform. You download it on your phone, and generally you're going to use it on your whatever mobile device versus desktop. You can view some videos on desktop, but mainly it's going to be the app on your phone. And really all it is short form video content. So up to about 60 seconds. I would say most of the videos are between 15 and 60 seconds. A lot of them are pretty short. It started as a lip syncing app called Musical.ly. And so in the beginning, it was really just a bunch of people hopping on and pretending they were Christina Aguilera and whoever else their favorite star was and jamming out. And you can still do that. But now it's turned into all kinds of videos. They're mostly funny and educational. Some are informative and educational, which is where you can kind of throw in some of your business knowledge. And we'll talk about that down the road. You can use the app to do pretty much everything that you would need to create your video. So you can shoot your video from within the app. There are tools to edit it, to trim little segments. You can add filters, different animations. It comes with built-in different sounds and music. There are special effects and like so much more that's built into this tool. So if you've been kind of averse to video and you're like, where am I going to start? I don't have editing. You can just hop right in and play around with the app and really make it, a decent kind of fun video with tools that are built right into it. Another thing about TikTok is you'll notice that there are trends and challenges. So Angela will get into the meat of where to find kind of these things within the platform. But when you're starting to think about your content, you may want to start paying attention to different trends that are happening and different challenges. And like I said, we'll get into that a little bit more. What is the point of TikTok besides having fun? Like, I can't emphasize this enough. This app is all about just like being yourself and having fun with other people. And of course, when you're building out a platform for your business or to build up yourself as an influencer, you're going to want to look for engagement and followers. But there's another little part of TikTok that's kind of unique, and it's you want to get on something called the For You page. So Angela, if you can advance. And again, as we're going along, if you guys come up with questions, you can go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we'll take a chat break after I'm done presenting, and we'll ask them. I see Misty, thank you for dropping your question in the chat. If anybody else has questions, go ahead and drop them in. All right. So who uses TikTok? The misconception is that it's just teenagers and kids, and you can see from this graph I dropped in here, yes, it's a lot of teenagers and kids, but there's 800 million users on this app as of 2020 and 30 million users in the US. So you can see if you look at that 30 to 49 range, we're looking at about, I'm not good at math, but about 30%. That's a lot of people that are on this app. And it's growing with adults. There's a lot of parents that are having fun with it. A lot of professionals that are using it in different ways. So something to think about. So like I said, it skews younger. Male and female, it's really almost split down the middle. And something that's important to know is that users spend an average of 52 minutes per day on the app, which is a long time. And that's an average. So you can, obviously there's people who are spending a lot of time on the app. We will warn you multiple times, it's very addicting. Once you get on, it's hard to just watch a couple of videos. But this is good to know because you know that people are hopping on. They're not just casually browsing, not just checking for Facebook messages or something like that. They hop on because they're ready to consume some content, to be entertained or informed. Next one. All right, so types of content that you'll find on TikTok. So we talked about how it's all video content. And it started off as the lip syncing content, so you'll still find that. There's also a lot of like music video style videos or dances. The dances and the dance trends or challenges is a big thing that you'll find. Comedic skits you can do. Quick how-tos or top 5 type content. So when you're thinking about how you can teach what you know and use that in there, how can you make that educational and informative? And we'll show you some examples. Animal videos, of course, they're on this platform too. They're not going anywhere. So you'll find lots of dogs and cats and cute fuzzy animals. And then within the trends and challenges, you'll see things like hashtags that link to trends. So if you want to go on the app and kind of figure out what I'm talking about with these hashtags or these trends and challenges, you could search some of the trending hashtags. The songs and dances tend to go in trends. So there'll be challenges. Somebody might make up a dance that you want to try to copy. Same with the songs. The platform favors using trending songs, and you can find that on a specific page there. So you'll notice that you'll be scrolling through and you might hear the same song multiple times. It's an indicator that that's a popular piece of content that you might want to try to use that song for some of your own content. And then whipped coffee. I don't know too much about this one. Angela, do you want to jump in about whipped coffee?
How many of you guys have tried the whipped coffee that you saw on Instagram or on Facebook? TikTok. We're here in TikTok. We're TikTok. How many of you guys tried it? Can I put yes in the comments, please? Because at first I was like, what is this? No.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And we did try it. It was really rich. We tried it a couple different ways. Actually, my husband really liked it. And I ended up doing some shares on Instagram, not on TikTok, but then I ended up doing like a video about how to make Vincent Vega, which is another coffee. So you'll have to find that on my page.
Cool. So if you're a coffee lover, definitely check out the whipped coffee challenge for sure. Oh, you can do choco whipped and matcha. Oh, that sounds amazing. Okay. Next slide, please. Is it going? Oh, why should you care? Okay. So you guys are on here. You're like, okay, that's cool. Why should I care about this? The organic reach on TikTok right now is still pretty amazing. So even with just a few followers, your video can go viral. I'm not going to promise all your videos are going to go viral, but what's important to note is that each individual video has the potential to. So building up your followers is great, but we're going to talk about the For You page and some other ways that you can find videos. So posting in general, definitely important. And the algorithm is pretty smart. So it's going to show people what they like to see. So great, amazing organic reach. There are millions of users per day, but only 34% of these users are creating content daily. So huge opportunity here. On other platforms like Instagram and Facebook, everybody's kind of caught up. There's a lot of people pushing out content. There's a lot of noise and there's a lot of consumption. On TikTok right now, there's a lot more people who are watching, kind of seeing what's going on, consuming content versus the people that are creating. So you have this leg up if you're pushing out content daily. Let's see, the opportunity to grow brand awareness and drive TikTok users to other platforms. TikTok actually makes it really easy for you to share your content to another platform. You can press the share button and it's going to say, where would you like this? Instagram, Facebook, send it to another person, email it. Makes it super easy to share. If you're trying to build up a YouTube channel, you can do little, tidbits and drive people to YouTube. So it's great for driving people to other places. And it's really good practice for getting in front of the camera if you're a little camera shy and getting out of your comfort zone. So if you're like, I really don't want to jump on Facebook and do live video, everyone from my mom to my aunt to my cousins are on there and I just don't feel comfortable. Well, if they're not on TikTok yet, get on TikTok, practice doing your video, do little snippets, and you get more comfortable in front of the camera. Just a little bit less of a intimidating audience. Next slide, please. Okay. And before we give some examples, we'll get you caught up. So if there are some things that you walk away from this with and you'll hear it later and you go, oh, that's what they were talking about. So we'll get you caught up with some of the pop culture in 60 seconds. This is what Angela and I thought you might want to know, or just take notes and maybe look it up later. You'll see FYP a lot, which stands for the For You page. You'll see hashtag FYP, hashtag For You page. The For You page, which we'll go into, is a really important place. It's where you want your videos to end up so they can be seen by people who don't already follow you. One of the cool things you can do on TikTok is you can duet a video you like. So you can literally do a dance with celebrities that are on there, like Lizzo, The Rock, and Charli D'Amelio. Raise your hand if you know who Charli D'Amelio is. Okay, a couple. I had no idea who that was until I joined TikTok, but she's the reigning queen of TikTok. I think she's 15 years old, and that's her in the gift there dancing with Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show. Angela says, yes, my kids know who she is. So you'll see a lot of dances with her. There are people who will tell you if you do duets with Charli D'Amelio that your content will get seen more. These are things to play with. Not really sure, but it could be fun to, go on and duet The Rock or Lizzo or somebody that you really like.
It worked for me.
It worked for you? Yeah?
I'll show you.
Awesome. So we said videos with animals and babies are popular here too. If you've got little kids, totally use them if you feel comfortable putting your kids on camera. Or you can do some silly things with, the noises of your kids in the background. But that stuff's definitely, it's relatable and it's popular. People like it on TikTok. One of the top dances that recently went viral is the Renegade, and there's a move in it called the Whoa. I'm not going to pretend to do it. Okay, thank you, Angela, for giving us a little whoa. And last, this app is addictive. Just gonna say it a couple more times so you're not like, gosh, Katie, why did you get me into this? Jeez. All right, so let's give a couple quick examples. I'll stop talking here. So here's Angela's example. On the right is Charli D'Amelio, our TikTok queen, and on the left is Angela doing her dance. Do I need to turn the volume up or? Oh, shoot. Can you guys hear that or no? No, you can't hear it. All right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can do something. We tried this before you guys hopped on and we...
Maybe, oh, maybe I need to unmute. Let's try it. Did that work? Were you guys able to hear that?
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but
Yeah.
so basically
Thank you, Amanda.
This is an example of a duet. So the video on the right was posted first, then Angela chose to duet it, and you can see that down there in the captions. And it's just kind of a fun way to, you know, like learn the dances and I don't know, have fun with it. And I like, Angela, how you put your kind of calls to action and like calling out your moms and people you want to follow you up on top, which is awesome. All right, next one. All right, and this is one that I posted recently. So this is a really simple way that you can do a video that's kind of like an educational teaching video. Let's go ahead and let her go. Oh,
Oops.
so weird to watch yourself on screen. And I know that's it's a little choppy and it goes really fast. That was a 15-second video, right? Or maybe even shorter. And it's just 5 apps and tools that I use for social media. So you can take little bite-sized pieces of knowledge. And like you saw, it's really simple. This was kind of a trend that people are doing, this snapping to this particular song. I added in some information that I knew, and now it's, you know, like a little educational video. So if you want to pop to the next slide. And then I think this is where you're going to get like really sucked into consuming the content. There's some really amazing content creators out here, but the funny viral videos are, I would say, like the meat of what's attracting the older viewers. Angela, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but and we'll show you some examples that have to do with like 2020 and quarantine if you want to play through the ones you put in there.
Hey, Mom, I have a project for school. Can you help me? Yeah, what's the project
Oh.
Oh, geez.
Okay, let's do this one.
I'm so excited for 2020.
It's kind of hard to hear it, but.
Okay, one more.
Could you guys hear that okay? Not really.
No, okay. Well, we'll share these links, I think, so that you guys can go and check it out. Let's try and see if this one works.
Okay.
It's loud. Good. Oops. Oh. That was.
So yeah, and definitely hard to hear. We'll put the links in so you guys can go take a peek at these later. You can view TikTok videos in the app or even on the web without having an account and logging in. You just can't interact with anything. And again, we'll get into that, but.
Yes, but look at how many views that got and how many comments like for that short little video.
Yeah. And they're pretty funny, just kind of making fun of the situation we're all in. People can relate to them and they're having a good time. So I think that's it for the examples. Yes. Okay. So we'll get into Q&A. I know that's a lot of information we just dropped in there. Thank you guys for saying we did a good job on our videos. All right, I'm gonna go up to, all right, Misty says, can you create content outside of TikTok and upload to TikTok? Yes, yes you can. It makes it pretty easy to either create within the app or add some, and then once you add it in, you can even kind of like trim it a little bit. Angela, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, I think that's it. Is it the question? Sorry, my son came in here asking a question.
Oh, about adding content
I think you got it.
TikTok.
To upload music? I'm looking at, am I looking at the wrong question?
Oh, she said, can you create content outside of TikTok?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you can create a video and then upload it. What I do sometimes is I'll create it in my phone. I'll put it on InShot. And I know you probably do this, Katie, too. InShot is another free app. There's a paid version too, but it's really easy to use. And you could add your own music and stuff like that. And then Cody was asking, how do you add music into the video? So like for the duet, the music was already there and there's already like a whole library of music inside the platform that you could use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you're scrolling through, if someone is using a song or a sound that you want to use, it makes it really easy to just click use this sound and it automatically starts a new video creation for you, and you have that sound, even if it's not a song or if it's them talking, and you'll see people will use a lot of other people's sounds where they're just talking and they kind of like voice over and do their own acting to it, which is kind of fun. Okay, let's see.
Yes. So there's a question here. I'm laughing because Katie and I kind of talked about this really briefly yesterday. Janae, you made a comment about military families and entrepreneurs cannot use TikTok because of the safety issue. And just really quickly, we're not going to go over it because it's just over our head and it's happened already, but they were under a little bit of investigation because it's a app created in China. But for most of the apps that we're using, I mean, they are asking, you're giving your information, you know, hopefully they're not using it for anything other than what they should be using it for, whether what keeping in touch with you, right? So I know that's something that's going on, but then Yvonne says, how does your video go viral if you don't have enough followers? I've seen this, like where people only have a few videos up and a few followers and their stuff goes viral. Katie?
So I think there's a couple ways. So we're going to show you the For You page, which we keep talking about. And it's basically like the page where you first open up the app if you don't really do anything else, where TikTok is showing you based on the videos that you create and the videos that you interact with, what you would like the most. They want to show you everything that you're going to like the most to keep you on the app for as long as possible. So if you don't have a ton of followers, TikTok is still going to push your content into that For You page and kind of like test it out to see if people like it and engage with it. The hashtags that you use can help you get it in there, other content you've created. So basically, they give you a chance. Every video that goes on is given the chance to be seen by the people. The more people interact with it, like it, share it, comment, the more it'll keep showing it. So that's how it can go viral.
Yeah. And I have heard that like you can post something, like they say don't delete your videos for whatever reason, because you'll see posts that are like months old and they're still in the For You page because they're for you. It's something that you've shown interest in. So yeah. Great questions, guys. Any more? Anybody want to raise their hand and ask a question, or can you talk about monetization in the app? I feel like that might be our part 2. Yeah. Yeah, but there are some ways. You do have to have like a certain amount of followers, have a couple things in line, but we'll get into that. This one is very basic 101, and I think if there's not any more questions on that, I can go into the other half. I have to jump off. Okay. No worries. Thank you.
Oh, Monique says, is FYP, is it just a tab or an actual hashtag you need to do? So it's a page, and Angela's going to show you like where
I'll go into that right now. Yeah. So the For You page, they try to discourage using it as a hashtag because then it doesn't have a meaning. But people definitely do use it. But let's go ahead and go. It's kind of like a tab, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Thank you guys again for being here. Okay, so now we're going to go in and navigate how this works. Ooh, my video's gone. What was there? There it is. Oh, images just taking a little bit to load. So the TikTok profile. So for those of you who already have an account, let me know if you've created a profile already. Basically, once you're in the app, you are going to click on that edit profile, and then you're going to be able to add your own little bio. You can create your username, and then connect your social platforms. So like right now, I have YouTube and Instagram on there. And then right here, you'll see that the name and the username expands, and then you can type all of that in. So it's funny because Katie was like, you can change this. Like it was a number before. They give you like some random number. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I hadn't done that. So I went in to do it. And so you just go in, edit your profile, and you can upload a video of yourself and a photo of yourself. But there's all these different ways that you can, just kind of make it fun. Like I use a little peace sign. Last time I had like a little happy party hat. But the thing for I think that a lot of you would be interested in is, make your profile, keep it simple. There's only, I believe, 80 characters that you can use. So you've got to be creative. Um, what I'm encouraging you guys to do is switch to a pro account, especially if you're using it for your business. It's totally free and you're able to see analytics. I'll show you a quick video on how I did that here, and I'll share it also with the rest of the links that we send out. But when you do this, you're able to see analytics. You won't see them right away because it takes a while to get them all loaded and everything.
On TikTok?
Super easy. Watch this video. Let's start it.
Hey, Angela, I'm having a hard time hearing it.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we'll share it, but it's kind of, it kind of gives you the idea. It's in that edit your profile, and you're able to, again, just switch to a pro account. It's free, and you just get all the analytics that it'll tell you like how people found you, where your followers are coming from, and all that good stuff. And then so here is the TikTok layout. So this is the me page. And so when you find that, it's going to be basically in the bottom right-hand corner, right there where that arrow is pointing. So right when you get in, you'll see the home, the discover, the plus, and inbox, and then me. And then as you scroll, you'll see these 3 tabs. So this one is all of your videos that you've done. So it's like your page, your video, your feed. And then here you see that there's drafts. I have 77 drafts. Wow. So you can create videos, and if you don't like it or you're not sure, you can save it as a draft and then go back to it later. The other thing is right here in the middle, that tab those are all of the videos that you've liked. So if you've liked anything, if you scroll through and you're trying to figure out how can I find that video again, you can just go back to this little heart here, and those are all the videos that you've liked. And then finally, this last locked one here is private. So you have the option to post publicly just to friends or to private. And I've done this one because I've tested a couple things. So it's almost like if you're trying to go live on Facebook and you just want to change the setting to just me so only you can see it. So that's kind of what's there. It's a secret page. I've done it now with my kids because they don't always want to be on online. And I have heard that if you do have kids in there, it's kind of frowned upon because they have a strict policy, but I'm not quite sure about that exactly right now. But I've heard it a couple times already. So here, the layout, I hope you guys will be able to hear this, but I'll talk through it as well. This is the home page, and this is the For You page. These are all the people that you're following in this tab here. And you just scroll this way, left and right. So this is where you'll find your hashtags, all the music, popular viral videos. And this is your inbox. And there's Katie again. There you go. So that's kind of the lay of the land right there. Those are the different buttons for like, just if you just go on and you're just starting, just try and play with all those different buttons. And then, you know, the more you play with it, the more familiar you get, right? Okay, and so some of the TikTok extras and like for engagement, you definitely want to share video. You can share videos easily. So this, for example, right here, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. It might be loud, but I was scrolling and I found this video of a bride. She wanted to do a dance for her husband on her wedding day, and I was like, hey, you know, I did a dance for my husband at our wedding, and thought that was cool. But if you're getting married and you're trying to think, oh, what can I do special at, you know, my wedding, and you're like, you can share this with a friend. You could download it. You could download it to your phone. You can let's see, you could do a duet. You can react to it, so it plays a little snippet in the corner, and then you're kind of like looking at it. You could kind of commentate on it, and then you can also create a GIF out of it. But here, I'll play it again. But there you can see you can put it on Facebook and Instagram, and download it. And you can even send it through Messenger. So like if I see any cute videos that I think my daughter will like, I'll send it to her iPad. But those are some of the cool things that you could do. So share it really easily, save it to your device, share it on other platforms. So like if you create a video and you're like, this would be really cool for Instagram, they make it really easy for you to, like, once you upload your video, it gives you the option to share it to your Instagram account if it's connected. All right. So we're going to go into how to create a TikTok, and I see a bunch of questions coming up, and I'll answer them right after this. Let's see. So this took a while. I was hoping that I could do like a screen share and do it right in front of you, but I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to die or the technology wasn't going to flip out on me. So this is just kind of taking you in. Now we are inside making a video, okay? So I'm going to walk you through this. I'll talk through it. But here, like, you're on the home page, you click on the plus button, saying hi, and then right here, you'll see the different buttons. So you can flip it, you can record yourself or record outward. And then with the speeds, there's a whole different thing, a few different settings. You can do a couple things like slow it down, do a time lapse, and that what I just did was beauty mode. The sad face was me without it, the happy face was me with it. And then here are all of the different, what is this? filters. So you can change them. There's so many to choose from. There's so many different things that you can do with that. And this is one of my favorite things that I've seen. So you can use the timer, not just to like get yourself ready, but you can scoot it to a certain point so that you can talk and then it'll stop automatically. And then you could film your video in increments. So if you don't want to remember all 10 tips that you're going to share, you could do like 2 at a time. And then you just time yourself doing it. And then it makes it super easy to just kind of loop everything together. And then here's where you would post it, select a GIF cover, and do your hashtags and all that stuff. And then this one is kind of just a continuation of it. It's me going through, and you can find the sounds here on the bottom or at the top, you can see that you can find there's like a little music note and there's sounds too. Just be careful when you're doing this, like to keep the noise level down, because sometimes like if you're picking a song, it'll be like, I'm a savage, and then you rewind it, I'm a savage. And then you're doing I'm a savage because you're like going over and over and editing. And it's fun, but like you might irritate your spouse or your kids. But here you can edit clips, you can add different effects, you can do different transitions. And so there's so many things that you can play with. It really is a playground, guys. And it's a really fun way to get creative with your videos. That's my favorite one, the glitter. You can type. I have a typo there. Hi there, not ho there.
Awesome.
Yes. And so that's how you can use the different functionalities and the different things, the timer, the flash, the sounds. Those are all really popular, and how you can make your videos engaging and interesting. And then finally, how to make the video with kind of letting it come full circle with the captions and the hashtags. You definitely only have about 150 characters to do that. This is one I just posted this morning, but I created it like 2 nights ago. So here is where you would type in the actual description, or you kind of want to be like sweet and succinct, because nobody's really looking at that. I feel people are looking like at the video and at everything that's moving. So they're looking at your text, you're looking at your actions and stuff like that. But the hashtags are definitely going to be helpful here. And when you do a duet, it'll automatically tag the person that you're duetting. So you're kind of you're letting them know that, hey, I'm duetting you. Let's be friends. And then that's how you that's another way that your post can go viral, per se, if you're connecting and collaborating with other people. So you want to make sure you select a GIF or a cover. So like up here in this top corner, it says select cover. When I did a video where I did different documentaries that you could watch during the weekend, and I opened it up like as a TV screen, and so it was black. It was just, so when you go, and I didn't change the cover, like I didn't find a different thumbnail, if you will. And so when you look at my page, it just looks like a black box, like nothing's there. So I learned my lesson. Again, you can post publicly to your friends or privately. So there's different reasons for each one. Publicly, of course, just put it out there, push the button. Friends, that's just people that are following you and that you're following. And then private is only you can see it. And then finally, you want to make sure you respond and to comments. You want to be engaging, and then you reshare some of those, some of the videos that you see right there. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up for Q&A. Stop sharing. And I saw we had some really good questions coming through.
I think one of the first ones was the FYP. Is that just a tab or an actual hashtag? Oh, you got that one already. Oh, I'm a host TV and reporter. Is it a good idea to do some interviews like a talk show on TikTok?
So that's a great question. So they only allow you to do 15 seconds is the least, and then 60 seconds is the most. So you can't really do it, but you can get creative. So you can kind of like do a series of videos. I just don't know how long that would take. So it'd be really short series. So maybe you're asking them a couple of questions, maybe your top 3, or it's like that's what I'm thinking that you could do it. So I think it can be done. I haven't seen it yet. Have you, Katie?
I would say, I think you could do maybe even like a highlight. So if you had an interview that was somewhere else, maybe it was on your Facebook page, or you wanted to drive them to your channel's website, you could take out some snippets or take out a highlight, or if there was a funny part, maybe even do that. And then you can put watch more and send them to the original link. You could have fun with it and build up your personality and do some like funny mock interviews. And you'll see, I can put a link to someone who does that actually. Her name is Virginia Kerr, and she used to be a reporter, and now she just teaches on doing video and live video, but she plays different characters. So she'll play multiple characters and she'll pretend to interview. So you can have fun with it. And I think that's the most important thing. How can you do it, make it entertaining and fun in just a small amount of time?
Yes, I agree. And then I like that idea. I like Gary Vee. When I don't know if you guys are Gary Vee fans, Gary Vaynerchuk, but he does like these short little snippets of interviews on Instagram, and then it just takes you to the live. So you could do something very similar to that. Yvonne asked, should you label yourself as a certain type of TikTok dancer, like a TikToker, like a dancer, makeup artist, traveler? She says, I see a lot of bloggers. They only post one type of content. I think for this specific platform, you can kind of go, you can kind of you can kind of play with it. So you definitely want to have fun, like we're saying, you know, do some videos that are just like for fun, where you're dancing, you're doing duets, but then like do some that are going to be talking directly to your audience, because you could still do fun videos and talk directly to your audience. So like what Katie was doing, like she was doing the snapping, she was dancing and being fun, but she was also sharing tips. So that's one way that you can do that. Again, you know, like with any platform that you choose, whenever you're starting, you know, a project, event, business, you want to make sure that you're talking to your target market, right?
And I'm not sure if you meant labeling, like labeling your actual profile. I've seen a lot of people do that. They'll put, if they're a makeup artist, put MUA. You only get a small amount of room in that little bio. So if it's really important for you that people know that you are a specific person, like a dancer, or a makeup artist, or a coach, you may want to put that in there. If not, you can just show that with your content. And again, I would vary it. I think people will get bored if you're only posting one type of video. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, and again, definitely, I'm just going to stress, as we've been saying it, just have fun with it. I've done like some mime type things where I'm just like acting things out, and then I'll put some text on top of it, and then the hashtag that I was using is event strategist or event marketing, and I found that because there's not a lot of people on there, I came up on the search. Like if you click on the hashtag, I was on the front page. I was like, yay! So just play with it, you know, try different things and see what lands. So FYP is just a fee that TikTok thinks you will like. I'm not understanding your explanation of FYP. Yes. So right. So basically that's it. Like if you're on Facebook and you've searched just you've gone to a few pages, the algorithms are going to say, oh, Angela likes looking at kittens. I don't know. So they're going to send me more videos of kittens. That's just kind of how it works. So if I'm scrolling and I'm looking at, for example, I love to dance. And so I like looking at dancers doing tutorials. I'm going to get more of those on the For You page. Does that make sense? Monique, are you still here? Let's see. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Katie, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys can see my screen, but it's like if you open up the app, there's kind of two things. There's the For You page, so you can scroll through that, and that's what it thinks you're going to like. And then, of course, right at the top next to it, it says following. So it's following and For You are kind of like the main feeds. Following is going to be people that you're following specifically, and then For You could be people you're following plus people the algorithm thinks, or videos that the algorithm thinks you want to see. So that's why it's kind of cool that there's this For You page, and when you post your content, you could end up there if people aren't already following. It's kind of like a discover page on Instagram, that explore kind of page. The FYP doesn't matter to what I post though. So using that hashtag, there are different schools of thought on this, but what happened was people were using hashtag FYP to get on the For You page, but then everybody was doing it. So it
became irrelevant.
Kind of like washed out. You can try it and see, test hashtag FYP and see what happens.
Yeah. And then where do you find popular hashtags? Again, that little discover button that looked like the magnifying glass. If you go onto that page, it'll pretty much tell you what's trending for the day, for the week. And trends are moving pretty quickly. Like you'll hear a song maybe for a couple days or maybe a week, and then it's like there's a new thing already the following week. So just take a look on that Discover page, but also like if there's anybody that you're following that's kind of like very similar to what you do, look at what hashtags they're using and then take their hashtags. I mean, hashtags are free for all, right? One of the examples that you showed was a virtual background. Yes, so that's one of the effects that you can use. So there's thousands, if not, I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of effects that you can use when you do your video. So it's like a little smiley face and it's like, so when you click on that, you'll be able to put a green screen up. They have a couple of pictures up there already, but you can take a picture of something, like somebody took a picture of a grocery store and they threw it up on their green screen and pretended they were shopping. And then we did one where I just took a picture of like an island, or took a screenshot of an island, and we were just kind of dancing in front of it. So there's other things where you can make yourself like a posse, like it duplicates you and it looks so real. And it's just so much fun. So we're done beforehand. So it's either way. You can, you could pull it up. Like you could take screenshots of your phone, take pictures, or use what they have on TikTok. I think there's only one or two though that they have, right? Like
For the virtual backgrounds.
Mhm.
I think they have like 4 or 5 options.
Yeah. Oh, they had a prom one because it's prom season.
Oh yeah, the prom one, the prom thing right now. But yeah, it's really easy if you took a picture or even just snag a picture from one of the free stock photo sites, and video too. You can do a green screen video, and it'll say, do you want to use yours or one of these, and you select it, and then boom, it pops you into it. I think it helps if you have more of a solid background behind you. You don't need a green screen behind you, just more of a solid background so it knows where to kind of cut you out of it, just kind of like the Zoom backgrounds do. But yeah, you can put yourself anywhere, and that's right in the app. It's like literally 2 clicks. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I've seen people lip sync or use clips from TV shows instead of having music. Where would I find that? So that's kind of in the same thing. One of the things to explore too is when you're looking at other people and you see that they're using that sound that you like, there's a little kind of like record player in the bottom right hand corner. If you click on that, it'll take you to another page, and you can either save it to your favorites, or you can click on use this sound, and then you can basically use the same sound that they're using and just do like a lip sync yourself. So you just put your own little spin to it. That's a great question. There's so many things we could talk about this all day. Oh, unmute yourself.
I was gonna say I could try to show it, but it's like down at the bottom. Down at the bottom, you'll find your music, and if you click on this little icon here, it's going to show you what the sound is or what the recording is, if it's a song or if it's a clip, and then you can see all the other videos that are using the same sound, and so you can scroll through to get some ideas. And then if you want to save it for later, you can add it to favorites and come back to it. So in 102, we'll talk a little bit about strategy and talk about maybe both of our methodologies of how we like choose songs and where we find them, and how we ideate content, if you will. Yeah, that's how you find the songs.
Yeah, no, these are all great questions. I'm like, wow, we can go on for another 20 minutes. So just to go back to Monique's question about the FYP, the FYP doesn't matter to what I post though. I mean, I would just say just be as authentic and organic as you can. So just be true to what you're posting, and then use the hashtags that you feel are most associated or relatable to what you're posting, and then they'll organically kind of go on the FYP or For You page. Does that make sense? I wouldn't worry so much about getting on there at first. I'd just kind of start creating content and be consistent. And then the app that I was talking about is InShot, INSHOT. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah, I think that's it for all the questions.
Let's give them their homework.
Yeah, you guys got homework. You didn't know that. We definitely want to, if you guys have any, if you guys have an account, a profile, please put it down in the comments so that we can follow you. So here is your homework. You want to give it to them, Katie?
Sure. All right, so we're gonna have a TikTok 102, or just going on from what we talked about here, giving a little bit more, like you said, our insights and how we're creating strategy and that kind of stuff. But in between now and then, just, or if you can't hop on, just to get started, create your account, add your profile photo and video, and fill out the bio, and then create your first video. So just do it. Just pull the trigger, hop on, don't leave it in your drafts, post it. And like we said, until people are following and finding you, your entire family is not going to see this. Just make it something silly and fun. Tag myself and Angela so we can go on and comment for you and give you some engagement right away. And then the next slide in here, we've got some inspiration for you. So if you need some ideas, we've got the top 100 from 2019 and a compilation for inspiration. Go in there, follow some people that are similar to what you'd like to do, and just kind of see what's going on. Like, really, there's no point in getting into strategy until you've kind of dove in and understand how to make a video, kind of understand the ecosystem. So it's really what we wanted you guys to understand today, but it will take some work hanging out in the app. And yeah, give us a follow, send us a message if you have more questions. We love this. We love this stupid app. So
we're addicted.
And we'll send out this video with some other links and notes. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put the links into the chat, so we'll share all this stuff with you in an email and invite you to the next event. So that's going to be on Saturday. I want to say October, but that's too far.
Oh my gosh.
It's May 16th. Quarantine 16. Okay, yeah, so that's where to find us, and then this is where this is your homework, so we'll keep that up for a little bit. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. Stop sharing. And then yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.